Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. If you find any of today's entertainment helpful, don't forget to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. There's links down below in the description to free trading platforms where you'll get a free share if you sign up through the link and deposit a small amount. Now, I asked earlier on Facebook and other platforms for questions, and I'll kick it off while I'm waiting, and with tips. Now, Costco, I think it's a buy below for $300. I even pick some up at this. Now, has its earnings on Thursday, and even though it's got a high PE ratio, I wouldn't even worry about a dividend. I'd be more worried about the earnings per share. And I think most of the COVID-19 will be covered in this earnings call. And remember how during lockdown everyone was going there and buying out the toilet paper, chicken, every kind of thing you can, and they were struggling to fill the shelves. I think that's why I think this will beat its earnings expectation. Another one for you guys, which people don't seem to think won't be very good, but to tell the truth, because it's been dropping, and this is a more risky play, is Workday. People are expecting a loss because it's been losing money. It hasn't been doing well in the cloud space. But to be fair, no company's been doing well in the cloud space, to tell the truth, except for the big boys until now. And now all of a sudden it's hot because of working from home. So now I'm not saying they're going to start posting a profit. If they do, I think it will shoot up. But they declare their earnings on Tuesday, and I think if you get in at the right price, I think if they declare better than expected earnings, it could go up. But I would only take a small position and be cautious because you're betting on the earnings. Now, let's see. What's that? Someone's asked about Dollar General. To tell the truth, I don't usually look Dollar General. Alright, now you can see Dollar General has gone up recently, and I think personally with Dollar General, it's not one I usually look at, but I think unless it comes down, it's more a stock to short, because if you have it, I would sell it. I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't give financial advice. I'm only saying what I would do. You make your own decisions, because I have been wrong. And if you want examples, I can give them. I'm just some idiot on the internet. I just think it has risen a lot, and I don't think it's got much more space to go. So I would consider, if you've got profits, taking profits. Now, someone said about Shopify. I think Shopify is the type, if you've got in early, I would sell 3/4 of my position and leave a quarter in. That way it's the house that takes the bet. Now, if you got in early before all this started, you will have made a lot of money. Look at that. Now, look at that trend. Now, if you got in at 262, I would have sold 75% of my position and the other quarter, and I'd have taken profit on that, and the other quarter just left there for long term. If it carries on going and becomes an Amazon type stock, you haven't lost anything. It's the money that you've got there accumulating is money that's played that isn't your money. The rest of it, the profit, you can move to another company, and you do what you want with it. Because to tell the truth, I think it's not going to stay at these prices too long. It's just well overvalued, and I don't think it'll stay there for long. I think a better buy would be Etsy, purely because for April alone, they have doubled their shops online now, and I think it will go up now. Alright, what's that someone said? Ultra, I don't know who Ultra are, but let's have a look. Ultra, sorry about this, but from if I'm looking for when I'm Ultra Beauty, sorry, well, so Ultra Beauty, well, to tell the truth, a lot of people are steering clear of these kind of stocks. Let's have a look. But in my opinion, if it's gone down, it might be worth it. Because what I said to someone else before was, we've seen some of these companies have got good earnings. You know why? Women are looking on YouTube, seeing how to do their own makeovers. They're trying new looks, using a lot of more. People are thinking they're not bothering with makeup, but they are. They're trying new stuff. I don't know. And then once the lockdown's over, they're going to. First thing they wonder, oh, what's wrong with her? Sorry about that. Something wrong with my connection. But so I don't see a problem going into Ultra if they're a discount. Anyway, we'll see. MAXR. Well, MAXR. That's why. Because it has a resistant line of 12.15. Well, it's one to watch, definitely. Yeah, that's why you chose it. Yeah, PE ratio 6, and if it breaks above the resistance line of 12.3, it might be worth jumping on. And to tell the truth, Virgin Galactic Space has just announced they are going to launch another space probe. They're going to launch into space again soon, I think in the next week. So this will help it. And if it can break above 12.3, then it can go up quite a lot. But it's all about if it can. If you remember, I said about BT, it broke that important 1.10, £1.10 resistance, and I said if it can do that, it can break the 115, and if it can stay above 115, it can then hopefully carry on and break the 120. We have to see if it'll break the 120. It stayed above the 115, and if it can break the 120 now, it can go a lot longer. Right, someone's asked about NTAP. Sorry, I don't know all of these companies. What is it? NetApp. Okay. So it's P ratio is fine, earnings per share, dividend, yeah, but it hasn't been doing well. So I can see it's got a steady trend upwards, and it hasn't recovered, so it's still down. NetApp could be. So that's why you're looking to buy. Okay, this is the kind of one I would wait until earnings. Earnings should be, yeah. So earnings will be on Wednesday. I would wait until after Wednesday's earnings and then decide. Now, the thing is, I have had a question on Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks. Right. Now, why am I flip-flopping over Starbucks? Yeah, I understand that. Now, if you remember when all this started, I got asked, when this all started, I said Starbucks modelling before all this wasn't that good anyway. They were starting to lose money, and then they've had to close down stores. I want to see how they reopen before I go into them, and that was about there at 63, and then sorry, that was at 66. Then they reopened 63, and it was at 66. I said it's worth going into because their costs will be down and they're only doing drive-throughs and people are rushing to get there. But then I said I wouldn't go into them long term. It's a short-term play. And afterwards I come out and I said in the long term people are going to be frugal, and I would stay away from them if you're looking for a long-term play, because it looks on short term like people are going to go rushing for Starbucks and all this, but remember, people are going to start being frugal again. They want that instant deluxe coffee fix, but they're not going to do it long term because they've realised how much money they've saved by not going to Starbucks all this time. I may be wrong, but and it may seem like I'm flip-flopping, but I did say beforehand how they were starting to lose money. They weren't keeping up their trend, and then I said how they were bringing in some innovative products, but the problem is they're banking on these innovative products once they open up fully again. And no offence, their snacks side of the business was never a money-making side. So their money-making side, to tell the truth, are the people who come in and go out within a few minutes. The people who come in, sit down, stay all day, aren't the money-making side. But I think they'll, these people who come in and leave, they're not going to queue up around the block for that. They'll go to another coffee shop, or they'll go to any shop that serves them. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed today, and if you next, please don't forget to leave your questions on Facebook or on YouTube for the next Q&A session. If I get enough questions, I'll do another one. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button. I'll see you next.